Have you ever been tempted, to do those bad things? Kind of like the angel on one shoulder dressed in white with a halo, and the angel on the other shoulder dressed in red with the horns, and which one's going to win out as one says, don't do it, and the other one says, do it, do it, do it. And invariably, the cartoon character, when that happens, always gives in to the one with the horns. Well, I don't think that cartoon character is any different from what affects us as well, because we too, well too often, give in to temptation. We hear them coming to us in so many ways. One thing that's very important to keep in mind is that the devil doesn't know our every thought. However, the devil does dangle things in front of us until he sees our eyes glisten, and he just keeps dangling more and more until we bite. Whenever we think in terms of our faith, we can say that it's kind of like a twig like this. Our faith may be small and brittle, that when the temptation comes, it comes to us and we think we are so strong, and suddenly we break. And we're not as strong as we really thought we were. That's what the devil is hoping, to break our faith every time there's a temptation. He came to Jesus in the wilderness. You remember in Matthew's gospel and Luke's gospel, where he came to Jesus with temptations, tempting the very Son of God with things that are the same temptations with which he comes to us. He was trying to break the faith of Jesus, and in breaking Jesus' faith, he would break the whole redemption work for which Jesus was sent. That's why he kept saying, if you are the Son of God, prove it, prove it, prove it. Do something miraculous, click. But every time Jesus was tempted by the devil, he said, it is written, it is written, it is written. He combated against the devil with the power that we have available to us, which is the Word of God. And the Word of God tells us things that the devil always waits for an opportune time to come to us, when that strong faith of ours might be weak. He looks for those things. It's very important for us, whenever we feel like we're getting weak in our faith, to team up with someone else with a stronger faith like that. It's harder to break when two are joined together like this, but it's possible to break them. If we then team up with a whole bunch of faiths, I believe we call that the church, we're in it together, and it's a lot harder to break. A lot harder for the devil to break, but he'll try. And if he really tries hard, he can even do that. However, if you team up with a faith that is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, the devil's going to find a little bit more difficulty in breaking that faith. And yet, I know, even this, if I would use my knees, I could break this board. But let's get something unbreakable. That's what we need, something unbreakable. So I have the unbreakable right here. That's a rebar. And you notice what name I have on it? This is Jesus. Now, when you put all of this faith together with Jesus, you're not going to break it. It can't be broken, because Jesus Christ overcame all of the temptations of Satan so that we would receive power to overcome temptations as well, and as long as we stay stuck with Him. It's important to keep that in mind. Always keep Jesus in mind, and also in the picture as you bind yourself to Him in the midst of temptation. Use that word of the Spirit, which is the sword of the Spirit, that the devil can't stand when that word is being given to him, and that is the strength that we have to overcome all temptation. With Jesus, with the Word of God, the devil can't break our faith, no matter how big the temptation. So the next time you're tempted, stick with Jesus, the unbreakable one, the one who has already broken Satan's power. Go in His peace, live in His peace, and bind yourself to Him prayerfully.